Hey everybody, welcome back to the Boys and Blues. This is episode number 55, and today we are debuting Dodgers team captain, right fielder Shawn Green. What a legend. I'm really excited that we have this card in the game now. Not only because it's a new Dodger card for us, a new player that we haven't used this year yet, but the fact that it's a hitting team captain. And with that, every offensive player on my team is going to get a plus 15 power versus right, plus 15 batting clutch, plus 5 contact versus left and right. So this card is going to boost things so much more, which is really nice. Shawn Green is going to be in right field. I switched him out for Andy Pajes, so Andy Pajes will be riding the bench. But this boosts our bench. It boosts our entire offensive starting lineup here. So I'm really excited to go ahead and have this card. I mean, a great example of it was this 95 overall Freddie Freeman. His power versus right is normally at 65, but with this boost it's now at 80, which, 80 isn't great, but it is significantly better than 65. So this card is going to be significantly helpful in that regard. It's even going to boost Mookie's contact, which is nice because that's a card that I've been really struggling with the lower contact. So maybe this will help change things around for me. Excited to go ahead and see how this card does today. And in the near future. So today on the bump is going to be 99 overall Fernando Valenzuela. And kind of a funny quick story with this card is I normally don't like pitching with this card, and I'm pretty vocal about that. And so I was on a stream, hopped into a game, wasn't excited about pitching it, and then I threw a perfect game on stream, and my chat was just balking me the whole time. I don't want to use this card. He's bad. Yeah, and then I went ahead and threw a perfect game. So Fernando Valenzuela, kind of a fun little card here. Hopefully we can hit him to parallel 3 today. But that's going to do it for our intro. Let's hop into the game, see who we're playing with, and hop right into things. Alright, we got matched with our opponent, and we're going to be on the road, and it's going to be against Bob Gibson. The legend of Bob Gibson is returning. He's going to be on the bump for my opponent today. He's got Belly, Ernie Banks, George Brett, Ketel Marte, Votto, Rutschman, Devers, Jason Bay, and Corbin Carroll. A really nice looking squad. Again, we're going to be on the road today. He's got a lot of these new set 4 cards. Excited to go ahead and see how they play. And we're heading over to, I don't remember the name of the stadium, but I know it's down in Miami. Let's take a look at it. It is Old Miami. Yeah, of course. He's 24-13. We are 76-69. 7 games over 500. We won 2 out of 2 games on stream the other day. But here's Shawn Green ready to make his debut. Let's take a look at Bob Gibson. Fastball, slider, sinker, curve, and changeup. Interested to see how this goes against Bob Gibson. It gets a fastball in, just in on the black. 0-1. Gonna foul off that sink. We're now 0-2. Would love to get a hit today in Shawn Green's debut. How nice would that be? With 125 power. I mean, I'd love to go yard, but instead we're starting things off with a strikeout. Up and in on that fastball. Nasty. Too late on it. A little earlier on, I maybe would have, shot that through the infield. Here is Will Smith. 0-1. Gonna take me a minute to get back to hitting Bob Gibson. So hopefully it goes a little bit better than it did back in set 1. But I have a feeling it's going to be kind of tough. Alright, 0-2 on Will Smith. Following the strikeout. I'm going to foul off that slider. We'll do it again. And we're going to get the fastball up and in again. So maybe he's going to go back to that a lot throughout this game. But so far, not catching up to it. 2 Ks on that pitch. And here is Duke Snider, 0-1. Just missed that sinker way out in front, way on top of it too. Alright, the 0-1. Going to foul off that slider. Make it 0-2. Down to our last strike. Haven't even taken a ball in this inning. Things are looking good for Bob Gibson. Things are not looking good for me. And we're going to go down swinging. We're going to strike out. He's going to strike out the side, I guess is the words I was looking for. Let's pitch. Man, this is going to be an interesting one. Again, not a great pinpoint here. Float that circle change up there. Freddie Freeman snatching that just past first base side. I'm going to go ahead and just walk it over for out number 1. That will bring up Ernie Banks, which is something to be wary of for sure. But we have him 0-1, which is nice. We got our first 2 down already, and just 1 more out to go here in the bottom of the first. Not a great circle change, but it's going to go ahead and work. Corey Seager, I'm going to need you to make the play, sir. He's not going to go ahead and make it. I'm not really sure why that animation happens when I have the throwing animation ready, and then he bobbles it, and then I have to redo the throwing animation. I'm not really sure why that happens, but that's okay. Here's Ketel Marte 1-0 as he takes that circle change low. 1-0. Just going to watch that one drop in. 2-2. Down to the last strike and out of the inning. And he's going to go ahead and punch that over to first. Freddie Freeman Gonna go and toss it over to Fernando at first base. 4 up, 3 down. Not too bad of a first inning. We had that throwing error, but I think if I had just timed that up better, didn't make that mistake, it would have been 3 up, 3 down. But 4, 5, and 6 again up against Bob Gibson. Gotta try and lock in as this game settles in. This 99 Votto card is looking pretty nasty, and my guy's hitting pretty alright with him so far. A 400 batting average. I think I already saw that he has a homer with him, so again, my opponent has pretty good batting averages. Hopefully we can just keep him guessing and keep him a little off balance with all of Fernando's off-speed pitches. Kind of that different speed differential that most people, I feel like, aren't used to. I think a lot of times people use pitchers like Bob Gibson who can throw 102 on the fastball and then 90 on the slider and kind of stuff like that, like John Donaldson type of stuff. But then you see Fernando Valenzuela, who his circle change can drop to 68. That's pretty different, especially when other people's circle changes can drop to like 78, maybe 80, whereas that one was right at 70. So we're going to get another K with Fernando Valenzuela. And again, hopefully that can be the trend for today. Keep my opponent off balance with these pitches, and hopefully come out with a win. I mean, we're going to have to get to Bob Gibson if we want a win today, because maybe at some point my opponent does just find the breaking ball, gets a couple hits off of it, brings in a couple runs, which is obviously not what we're wanting. But, maybe that does happen. So we need to have some runs. We need to have some hits in this game against Bob Gibson because, man, that card is so far looking pretty nasty. Pretty similar to that 97 overall Charisma card back in set 1. We're going to get another strikeout, this time on the fastball and on the hands. I will take it for sure. Let's go to the third. Let's get some hits. I'm ready for it. And he's got a pretty good record here in ranked as well. We're going to go and get another strikeout. Fernando Valenzuela has 4 so far. All the way once through the lineup. I will take that. 2 down now. It's going to bring things up to the leadoff guy, Cody Bellinger. He's going to go ahead and first pitch swing, put that in a center field. Duke Snider will be there. 3 up, 3 down. Things are starting to settle a little bit better for Fernando. But, I mean, neither of us have our first hit in this one. Kind of feels like he's playing better than I am, mainly because, he's putting a lot more balls in play comparatively to than what I am. So, interested to see how this game progresses. But back to our debut, man. Captain Shawn Green. Hopefully, again, we can figure out something with this card. Get a hit today. Goes for that fastball. Once again, I'm behind it. 0-1. 0-2. Good slider. He's just honestly got me guessing here at the plate, which is not ideal at all. Once again, going down on 3 pitches. Shawn Green 0 for 2 today, 2 Ks. Not ideal, but again, I think eventually I will find my first hit with him. Maybe not even in today's game. Hopefully that's not what happens today, and we can find that hit. But again, not too worried about it. Bob Gibson is unfortunately a card I think I'm going to see a lot of in this season. I think a lot of people are just going to go back to this card, kind of like they did back in set 1. Once again, going to go down swinging. 10 Ks so far. Not ideal. Here's Duke Snider. Duke is going to go and put that one in play, but I pushed my PCI, so it's just going to be a nice little soft fly out to left. Give him a circle change to start the at-bat, and he's whiffing on it. 0-1. That's the pitch he's been really struggling with. So it's good to know that he's struggling with that speed of the curveball. I'm going to give him the curve, or the circle change, but there's the curveball. And I'll give him the screwball. Let's see if he can catch up to it, which is kind of funny to say, but it is a very big speed differential comparatively to the curveball and the circle change, and he's going to whiff on it. So we are through 4, still hitless for both sides. Let's go to the 5th. We got Piazza, Seager, and JD Martinez coming up. Can we find our first hit? Maybe our first run. Let's get to Bob Gibson in this one. 4, 5, and 6 guaranteed for us, of course. Almost hits us. 1-0. It's funny, it says pitch release good, so I wonder if he was trying to go that high. Oh, he's gonna hit Mike. He's gonna hit Mike Piazza. So maybe he's frustrated a little bit with the pitching of Fernando Valenzuela. I'm not so sure, but we do get our first base runner. So, I mean, he's throwing away the perfect game in that regard. Gives us a changeup that wasn't necessarily hittable, but we fouled it off with Corey Seager, and that fastball was absolutely dotted. 0-2, down to our last strike with Seager. I'm gonna go and put that one in play, and unfortunately, it is gonna be a double play. Pulled my PCI just a little bit. So he hits us, we get on base, and of course immediately hit into a double play, a 4-6-3 double play. Not ideal, but maybe we can start a little bit of a 2-out rally with JD Martinez. That one just soars. So I don't really know what's going on with my guy here. Maybe he's just feeling a little frustrated with how Fernando Valenzuela is pitching. Not really sure. 1-1. But I mean, if this guy wants to mess around, that's fine by me. 1-2. I got to take that slider. Down to our last strike and out of the inning here in the top of the 5th. Fastball just misses. 2-2. Honestly, kind of surprised that one was as close as it was. Seeing it come out of the hands, it looked like a ball all the way. Just like that. 3-2. I don't think he's going to try and walk me here. I think he's going to challenge me. And he does, and he gets the fastball right by us. Dude, I tried to hit that. I don't know. I thought I had timed that up pretty darn good, but instead we're going to go down swinging like we have a dozen times already. He's got 5, 6, 7 guaranteed for him here. Joey Votto leading things off. Joey Votto is going to be behind the screwball. 0-1. Joey Votto going to go ahead and put that one into right field. It's looking into foul territory. Shawn Green is there right at the wall. 2 pitches, 1 out. I will take it. And that will bring up Adley Rutschman 0-for-1 with a strikeout. One of Fernando's strikeout victims in this one. We're going to start things off 0-1. Let's challenge him with a fastball. Kind of in on the hands. I don't necessarily know if this is considered a challenge pitch, but he does go ahead and foul it off. And let's give him the circle change, the pitch he's been struggling on with that really, really slow mile per hour. And he's going to go ahead and whiff on it, so he'll stay alive. Let's give him a screwball. This one a little bit below the zone. So even if he does make contact, it might bring up a weak grounder. Instead, he just pokes it foul. And let's challenge him again. This one a little bit higher on that fastball. Just going to dot for a K. Let's go. 7 K so far for Fernando Valenzuela. And speaking of strikeouts, here is Rafael Devers. He's asking for a friendly quit. He's not enjoying it so far. I'm going to stick this one out. I mean, maybe the nice thing to do was to take the quit and just move on to a second game. But I don't know. I think we should just play this one out. I mean, clearly he's getting frustrated with Fernando Valenzuela. I'm going to take that. Hopefully come out with a win today. Let's go for the screwball, and then if he stays alive with it, I'll go for the fastball. Instead, he's going to go ahead and just strike out. Mike Piazza drops it, but picks it up, tosses it over to first. 1 up, 1 down here in the bottom of the 6th. He picks up his 9th K. And speaking of Ks, here is Corbin Carroll, struck out in the 3rd inning. Let's start him off with a curveball, down and away. He's showing bunt, which makes sense. 99 speed. He's probably going to pick up his first hit here, and he is. Unfortunate, but it's a smart play by my opponent. A bunt single for Corbin Carroll. And we have our first hit in this ball game. Expecting him to maybe try and steal second here. With 99 speed, there he goes. It's not a perfect throw. Mookie Betts can't get the tag down. And Corbin Carroll is safe at second. If I had a perfect throw, I probably would have had him out. He's taking third. It's a perfect throw, but he had a nice perfect jump. So just like that, the potential first run in this game is 90 feet away. Kind of expecting him to try and bunt, but instead he's going to go ahead and try and swing with Cody Bellinger. And it's going to be out number 2 on the strikeout. 10th K for Fernando Valenzuela in this one. Ernie Banks just swinging away. 0-1. 70 pitches so far for Fernando Valenzuela, so most likely going to have to go to the pen at some point in this game, unless we can induce a rage quit at some point. Would be definitely ideal if that were going to be the case. Fouls off a circle change. We'll do the 0-2 again. Let's give him a screwball. This one pretty below the zone. He's just going to watch it go. Below the zone, 1-2 now. Let's challenge him with a fastball. Kind of a dangerous idea. And then if this doesn't work, then I'll maybe go back to the curve, maybe go to the circle change. He's going to go ahead and put this one back in play, and it's going to be an RBI single for Ernie Banks, just past the hand of Mookie Betts. Not ideal, but hey, we have our first run in this game. Unfortunately, it wasn't for us. It's going to be my opponent. Takes a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the 6th. And now we have to try it and not lose to a no-hitter. We already have the perfect game taken away because he hit us, so I'll take that. But we need our first hit in this one. Nice play by Jock Peterson and left there for out number 3. I'll take that. But Shawn Green here, 0-for-2. He's just got to go through my lineup one more time. And then he wins. 1-0. Shawn Green, 97 off the bat, getting into center field. It's going to get in the glove. No, just late on that fastball. I was expecting it. I was sitting on it. Not ideal. 1 up, 1 down. Kind of thought maybe he was going to go ahead and take Bob Gibson out right there. But again, still throwing a no-hitter with him. Except that's going to go ahead and change. Duke Snyder lining that one into left field. We have our first hit of the game. Not getting no hit today. I will take it. And we have our tying run on first base. Go-ahead run on second. Here is Mike Piazza. 0-1. Challenges us with that fastball that he loves, that up and in. I feel like that's the Bob Gibson classic. 1-1. Have not been able to get up to that fastball just yet. Not Bob Gibson. Mike Piazza going to put that one in play. 104 off the bat. Honestly, not mad at that changeup. It was a great pitch. Good swing, but the pitch was better. Alright, 8-9-1 guaranteed for us here in the top of the 9th. Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, Shawn Green, our last chance to go ahead and either, tie the game, take the lead. And we're going to have to go ahead and do it against 99, Ryan Helsley. Fastball, slider, 12-6 curve, circle change. That fastball tops out at 102. I'm sure he's got outlier on it. So 104, I'm expecting that up and in fastball. Maybe we can punk something with Mookie Betts, tie this game. There's the fastball, and I still wasn't ready for it. 0-2. Down to his last strike. Goes right back to it. We're whiffing on it. 1 up, 1 down on the strikeout. Here's Freddie Freeman, 0 for 2 with 2 groundouts. Gonna foul off that 12-6 curve. 0-1. Freddie Freeman, 100 off the bat, and we have a tie ball game. No shot, a no-doubter from our 9-hitter. We got a tie ball game. Freddie Freeman bops his first homer with this card. 395 on the distance. I'm going to get Evan Phillips moving with his live edge and his pitching boost. He is up to a 94 overall, which will play a little bit. Here's Shawn Green, 0 for 3. Gets that fastball bias. 0-1. Almost hits us there. 1-1. I bet my opponent is not too happy about giving up a homer there with 99 Ryan Helsley. What a nasty circle change, though. 1-2. Shawn Green. Ooh, almost gets that one. It's very late, but if I was just late, that maybe would have snuck down the left field line. And he's just going to get the fastball bias. Shawn Green 0 for 4 in his debut. Not too mad at it. I mean, it was a tough opponent. And Bob Gibson. Here's Will Smith, 0 for 3. 3 Ks. Starting his at-bat here in the 9th, 0-1. Whiffing on the slider. Expecting him to go to that fastball. Good circle change. Had him way, way out in front. 1-1. 101 pitches for Fernando Valenzuela at this point. Let's give him the screwball. Flinches at it, but just ends up taking it for a ball. 2-1. Not too mad at that. It's not a good fastball. George Brett is 3-1. Ketel Marte on deck. I'm going to give him a pretty hittable fastball. See if he wants to swing here. I didn't think he would. 3-2. Let's give him the circle change. Why not? It's looking like a perfect pinpoint. And it is. And he's fouling off. He spoils it. We'll do the 3-2 again. Let me give him the curve. See if he wants to swing at it. Again, a pretty good pinpoint, but I just threw it late. Just flung that stick down just a little too late. And George Brett's going to take a 2-out walk here in the bottom of the 9th. That means winning run now at first base. 106 pitches at this point for Fernando Valenzuela, and an absolute dot of a circle change. 0-1. Ketel Marte again could walk this off. One swing of the bat. George Brett, pretty good speed at 63. I mean, it's not elite, but it's not terrible if it gets into the gap. All right, 1-2 as he goes around there. I'll take that for sure. 110th pitch coming up here. This is definitely going to be Fernando Valenzuela's last inning of pitching. I mean, he is just almost out of energy. We'll have to go to Evan Phillips in the 10th if it gets there. 3-2 on Ketel Marte. We are in danger of walking him again. I'm going to give him a fastball down and away. No way, I don't get the call. That's going to be ball 4. No shot. This ump is paid, man. Look at that. That's an absolute dot of a fastball. That's ridiculous. Here's Javier Baez. Again, now winning run at second base. 180 feet away from home plate. Javier Baez is going to crush that screwball foul. 1-1. And I might have to go to Evan Phillips mid at bat here. Javier Baez goes yard. It is a walk-off 3-run bomb. GG's to my opponent, man. What a game. That was a crazy finish. I Really thought that was going to be a strikeout on Ketel Marte. That fastball was right on the black, and we don't get the call. Unfortunate. We walk him. A couple pitches later, Javier Baez ends it. GG's to my opponent, man. That was a fun one. Got absolutely diced up by Bob Gibson. And then Freddie Freeman says, no more. Ties the game with a homer. We only had 2 hits in this one. My opponent only had 3. His third hit being that 3-run bomb by Javier Baez. Again, GG's my opponent. Honestly, good game by Fernando Valenzuela. Got 12 Ks. Only gave up 3 hits. Had our opponent guessing the whole time. And with that performance, Valenzuela going to go ahead and go parallel 3. We're going to get a captain pack from the NL West Team Affinity, which we're almost done. We're at 79% for the NL West, so I'll take that. But hey, Shawn Green is on the team. We're going to have the captain boost now. Tough opponent in Bob Gibson in his first game of work. Went 0 for 4 at the plate, 3 strikeouts. Not ideal, but I think I will eventually start to figure out some opponents, figure out Shawn Green's swing. I mean, he's got a nice little powerful swing, so I think things will be just fine. I'm excited to have this card on the team. We're going to have this captain boost now, benefiting the whole entire offense. But once again, GG's to my opponent. That was a super fun one. If you liked it, leave a like down below. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. I'm MP Gaming, and I'll catch y'all later.